Rushali from Rushraj Classes. In this today's video, we are going to talk about one most important topic. Now, what is that topic? Let me tell you that first. After the result of standard 10th and 12th, most of the students and more than students, most of the parents, they become very upset by looking at the result of their child. And the result in most of the cases is failure in one or two subjects. Sometimes it is even more than two subjects. So today we are going to discuss this topic in our video. First of all, I would like to tell, don't worry, because immediately after the result, within a month or two, the board conducts the supplementary exam so that the child gets the chance to take admission in the college in the same year. So first of all, don't worry. Don't think that the year of your child will go waste. Now, the next thing is to clear your subject in the supplementary exam. So first thing, what you have to do. Now you will say, okay, we'll go to school, fill the form. Okay, those practical aspects you have to do. But apart from that, what is your duty to clear your supplementary exam in that attempt itself? Because if you don't clear your subject in that supplementary exam, you'll have to wait for the next board exam. So it's your first duty or it's your first responsibility to clear your subjects in that supplementary exam itself. The first important thing before you open your books and start your studies, I would like to suggest you all to go for visualization. Most of the students are not aware at all of this visualization power. We have made one special video on this visualization. You can check the link in the description box. So this visualization means, in short, I will tell you what you are supposed to do. Before you open your books, you decide how many marks you are going to score in your supplementary exam. It's not so that if you have failed in your board exam, you will not get good marks in your supplementary exam. It's not at all so. Even if you are a failure in the board exam, you can score very good marks in the supplementary exam. Believe me, try these tips and after that, let me know your result. So first of all, go for visualization. Visualization in the sense you decide your marks and write those marks on some big chits and stick it on your study table, on your cupboard, or the place where you can see those marks frequently or in most of the times in whole day. Apart from this, what you are supposed to do, just spend 5 minutes. 5 minutes are more than enough. As soon as you get up in the morning, after you have your tea or even after you have your breakfast, you can do this activity, because to do this activity your mind should be completely relaxed. So at least spend 5 minutes in a day to do this activity. So what you are supposed to do during this 5 minutes, you have to just sit quiet. Don't think of your past result. Don't think how you are in studies. Only the thing what you have to do is you have to focus on your marks. And the only thought which should scroll in your mind is your marks in your supplementary exam. Even if you are expecting 95%, no problem. If your dropout subject is maths and if you are expecting 95, there is no harm in expecting full marks in supplementary exam. Yes, you can expect high. Always keep your dreams high. So start visualizing those marks. Spend 5 minutes in visualizing those marks. Please do it continuously right from this day up to your supplementary exam day, and after that tell me your result. So go for visualization first. So visualize your marks, focus on that marks. Other things will be really done. Yes, it will be done. Trust me, the things will be done. Now let us come to the practical aspects. First of all, you should know what is the reason for your failure. See, the reason can be of two types: unavoidable and avoidable. Unavoidable means what? Suppose, okay, you are fully prepared for your exam, well prepared for your exam, but at the last moment, there are some unavoidable circumstances because of which you are not able to attend the board exam. Like you are not well, or maybe some other reason. Because of that, you are not able to attend the board exam. So in this case, the problem is not so serious because you are well prepared, your studies are complete, You can easily do the revision for a month or so and attend your supplementary exam. But in unavoidable circumstances, means sometimes the students, they ignore their studies, they are a little bit lazy, they don't take board exams seriously, or these are some reasons which I have practically seen in my tuition classes. And later, one more reason is sometimes the student is really weak. He really finds, even if he put his efforts, it is not possible for him to clear the subject. So the reason can be anything. Now our job is to clear our subject in the supplementary exam. So what you are supposed to do? First, find out the reason and then we have to work on that. Now once you come to know the reason, now forget about the past. I failed in exam. Now how is going to be the supplementary exam? Whether the paper will be easy or no. Whether I will pass in this exam or no. Forget about all these things. Now what you have to do? Keep your mind cool. Keep yourself relaxed. See, there is a vast difference between keeping yourself relaxed and being irresponsible. Yes, you have to just keep your mind cool and just focus on your studies. Now, in what way you are supposed to start your studies? I'll give you few important tips to clear your supplementary exam at once with good marks. First of all, check how much time you have, how many days you have. In how many days you have to study the particular subject or particular subjects. So, accordingly you have to plan your studies. Then set the timings. So it is not possible to study continuously for 3 hours, 4 hours. No, practically it is really not possible. At least for me it was never possible to study continuously for 3-4 hours. So what you have to do, divide the timings. Maybe 1.5 hour. That time, for how much time you can sit at one place and do your studies. That you have to find out and decide. It can be 1 hour, it can be 1.5 hour or 2 hours. That you have to decide. So that time you have to decide. So 1 hour in the morning, 1 hour in the afternoon and 1 hour in the evening. Okay, don't, it's my personal suggestion that you don't keep your time reserved for study after your dinner. Better you have your dinner early and go to sleep. So divide the time first. Then next. Then next. Next comes the subject. Yes, now comes the subject. So first check which subject you have to study. Now we have very less time. So in that time, it is not possible to study each and everything what was taught in your school right from the June. Practically, it's really difficult. So what I suggest you is study the paper pattern. I always suggest my student is, this is the last moment study tips what I give to my students. Study the paper pattern because for each and every subject there are fixed marks reserved for fixed questions. Yes, maybe in languages like essay writing, letter writing, comprehension, some grammar part, and in maths, theorems, then construction, graph. In science, there are so many marks reserved only for diagrams. Yes, you just take the paper pattern. So what I would suggest is first study the pattern of your paper. So, and study that how many marks you can score easily. With less efforts, we have to score good marks now. So first thing is study the paper pattern and check for which questions how many marks are reserved. Now comes the next thing. Start from the simplest questions. Start from the simplest form of questions. Yes. Now don't sit with one lesson. Now most of the students, what they do, they pick up one lesson and they try to complete that lesson 100%. They come across some of the questions which are very difficult and they consume lot of time. Yes, they consume lot of your precious time. Straightway keep such difficult questions away for time being. Okay, so right now the first thing what you have to do is start with the simplest question. Simple grammar part. Simple grammar part you study first. Objective parts you study first. Then later come to a little bit higher questions like one line questions, give reasons, or two lines questions which you can easily answer. Means the preparation of those questions will not consume your more time. So now simple questions, fixed questions, and a little bit higher questions. This pattern is ready with you. Before you go to the last level, that before you go to the highest type of questions, revise all these things. Revise all these questions first. Make yourself perfect first in what you have studied. Yes, because if you study the paper pattern, you will find that very less marks are reserved for a very higher type of questions. If your intention is only to clear the exam, I repeat again, if your intention is only to clear your exam, straightway keep those difficult questions aside for time being, and you utilize all your time in studying these simple types of question. Now one more tip I would like to give here is, if you find any particular chapter very difficult, in most of the time it happens in maths. If you find any particular chapter very difficult, no baba, means I don't like this chapter, or this chapter is very difficult, I don't understand the concepts of this chapter, straightway keep that complete chapter aside. Yes, it will work. These tips will definitely work, don't worry. So if you find any, don't keep the 50% of your chapters aside. This you can apply only for 1 or 2 chapters, not more than that. So if you find any particular chapter difficult, straightway keep that chapter aside and focus on the remaining chapters. So this was the one important thing what I want to tell you. Now the last thing, you have studied the paper pattern, you have studied the simple questions, objectives, then we can say the medium type of questions, everything is done. Then next, before going to the very higher type of questions, straightway start solving the papers. Whatever papers you have, FA papers, semester papers, or preparatory papers, or if you have some set of model question papers, straightway start solving those papers and take help of your school teacher or your tuition teacher to correct those papers. So you should know, you are studying, you are writing, so you should know whether you are going in a right way or no. So in that case, take help of your teachers to correct those papers. So if you are going in a wrong way, if you are doing some spelling mistakes, or if you are doing some grammatical mistake, or if you are going wrong in solving the sums, your teachers will help you in that case. So in this case, take help of your teacher without fear. Okay. So this paper solving is definitely going to help you to clear your supplementary exam. And I would like to once again repeat, don't panic. And I think these tips are required for the parents than children. Don't panic, keep your mind cool, keep yourself relaxed, and study for your supplementary exam. So what all tips did I give it to you so far? First is visualization. Fix your marks. How many marks you are going to score. Second thing, make timetable. You have to make a fixed timetable and you have to follow that strictly. Why I said that don't study after your dinner. After your dinner, what you are supposed to do is sit for some time and just in your mind you just revise that in the 3 slots in the complete day, in all those 3 slots, what did you do? What did you do? Yes, I studied this in morning part, I studied these in the afternoon 2 hours, I studied. And that revision in your mind will give you a feel of satisfaction. Yes, I studied this much in this day, and this feel will boost you for your next day studies. So please follow these tips, study for your supplementary exam, and don't forget to tell me your result after your exam in my comment box. So all the best to all the students who are going to appear for the supplementary exam in the coming few days. Thank you so much for watching this video, and God bless you.